When we look at the current state of hip-hop, it's becoming clearer with each move in the industry what a post-Kendrick Lamar, post-Drake version of the scene looks like. As more artists return to the spotlight, we're seeing just how divided the genre has become. On one side, you have fans of Kendrick Lamar, who want to bring hip-hop back to a place where the music is truly inspiring. On the other hand, there are those who align with Drake, viewing rap as more of a tool for fame, much like Drake himself did. This division has led to the rise of a new rap beef, centered around who will become the next megastar in the genre. This figure comes from Kendrick Lamar's label, Top Dog Entertainment, and is someone Kendrick himself called the hardest rapper out right now. And, of course, I'm talking about Doechii. Doechii is currently making waves in hip-hop, already taking home prestigious awards like the Grammy for Best Rap Album. On top of that, she has multiple chart-topping hits on the Billboard charts, and her momentum shows no signs of slowing down. Given her rise, the competition has gotten fierce, not just because of her success, but also because of her close ties to Kendrick and his team. With so many people rooting for her, Doechii has become the center of jealousy and competition. The fight for the Queen of Hip-Hop title is getting more intense, and from Drake's attempts to recruit female rappers to challenge her, to other rising stars wanting to claim her spot, it's clear that more beef is emerging around Doechii than almost any other new artist in the game. Before diving into the drama, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. It really helps me out. Now, as we're witnessing Doechii's rise, it's clear that she's climbing the ranks in hip-hop as a whole, but especially within the female MC space. There's so much competition from the new wave of female artists, all fighting for dominance, but Doechii has undoubtedly emerged at the top. Not only has she won over her competition, but her affiliation with Kendrick Lamar and Top Dog Entertainment has also solidified her spot in the spotlight. This has given Doechii a kind of welcome to rap stardom moment like we haven't seen in a while. However, alongside her success, the jealousy has been palpable. Fans loyal to Drake have consistently tried to undermine her, labeling her as an industry plant to downplay her own success. But with everything she's accomplished, it's evident that Doechii's rise is as organic as they come. She's earned every bit of her success, and that's why she's already at the top. At a time when Drake seems to be struggling to claim any significant wins, it's becoming clearer that he's facing a tough reality. Not only did he lose out to Kendrick Lamar, but now Doji is dominating the female MC scene in such a way that she has surpassed him in streaming numbers, even outpacing his own hits like Nokia. With Doji's undeniable success, it's clear to Drake that she's not only rising as a force in hip-hop, but she's also pushing forward the artistic shift Kendrick Lamar championed, making things even harder for Drake, who thrives on a more superficial style of music. So, in light of this, Drake seems to be channeling all the jealousy and competition surrounding Doji into what looks like an effort to create a full-blown rap beef. For Drake, the endgame is obvious. He wants to shift the culture back toward his style of music, which many argue lacks the depth and authenticity that artists like Doji bring to the table. In this attempt to disrupt Doji's reign, Drake has aligned himself with two key figures, hoping they can help challenge Doji's dominance. The first move Drake made in this new game was when he dropped his SSS for You album with Party Next Door. One track on the album stood out, as it featured a prominent non-OVO artist, Ice Spice. While Ice Spice's career has seen its ups and downs, Drake's decision to bring her into the fold is clearly an attempt to position her against Doji. Ice Spice, who has openly had tension with Doji in the past, has even been caught making strange and harsh comments about her. It's clear that Ice Spice harbors some jealousy towards Doji, especially given how rapidly Doji has risen, not just because of gimmicks but because of a genuine musical talent that resonates with listeners. In contrast, Ice Spice, despite having her own following, hasn't quite matched the same level of success. When you look at Ice Spice's involvement with Drake, it starts to make sense why they are aligned. Both have suffered from the rise of artists like Doji and Kendrick Lamar, who have reshaped the landscape of hip-hop. Before the industry shift brought on by Kendrick's influence and Doji's rise, both Drake and Ice Spice were some of the biggest names in hip-hop. But now, their positions have drastically changed, and they seem to be fighting to regain relevance in a scene that's moving in a different direction. So, in essence, Drake and Ice Spice are trying to rebuild their standing by challenging Doji's ascension. But it's clear that this duo is struggling to make their mark as the industry evolves. Their attempt to rival Doji and Kendrick reveals just how much they've lost in the wake of hip-hop's artistic transformation. The tactics that Drake and Ice Spice have been using have become evident, and yet they seem to refuse to acknowledge this, instead opting to keep pushing out the same superficial music rather than challenging themselves to create something more meaningful and innovative. With all of this unfolding, it's clear that the competition and tension surrounding Doji's rise to prominence aren't just about her musical talents. There are several other artists looking to challenge her position at the top. One of the most notable challenges is Latto, who has consistently shown her support for Drake and his latest album SSS for You, including backing him in his diss toward Kendrick Lamar. She's been all in on Drake's side, promoting the album with a passion that speaks volumes about her alignment with him. Latto's connection with Drake goes far beyond just an artist's support. It's more about aligning herself with his side of the rap game. As Drake tries to help those who have stood by him, Latto is clearly at the forefront, likely to receive more opportunities for collaborations, including new features and material with Drake. But what's interesting is that Latto's beef with Doji isn't just about her alliance with Drake. There's a deeper personal history here. Doji has surpassed Latto in both popularity and critical acclaim, and the two have exchanged harsh words in the past. Latto's discontent with Doji's rise, combined with her loyalty to Drake, makes it clear where her allegiance lies. Looking at the current landscape, Doji stands head and shoulders above many of her peers, and her success without relying on gimmicks or controversy is shaking up the industry. The way she's earning her place at the top, through pure talent and genuine artistry, seems to be causing frustration for those who feel threatened by her. Artists like Ice Spice and Latto, who've been more associated with attention-seeking tactics, now feel the pressure of Doji's meteoric rise. And as we've seen with Drake's actions, it's no surprise that it's trying to encourage these artists to challenge Doji, bringing more tension to an already divided space. When you break it all down, you realize that the rift between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, which has been brewing for years, has only deepened the divide in hip-hop. With the emergence of new talent like Doji, who's clearly aligned with Kendrick's ethos of artistic integrity, it's no wonder that the other side, represented by figures like Ice Spice and Latto, feels the need to push back. The tension between these artists is no longer just about music. It's about competing ideologies. In a world where shortcuts and gimmicks are all too common, Doji's rise symbolizes what hip-hop could be at its best, an art form driven by talent and authenticity. This is the story of two distinct sides of hip-hop, those who champion true artistry and innovation, represented by Doji and Kendrick, and those who have built their careers on surface-level appeal, represented by Drake, Ice Spice, and Latto. The lines have never been clearer, and with the stakes higher than ever, it's obvious that this battle is far from over. Despite Drake's career currently being in such a tough spot, with his numbers dipping, even he still offers something of value to artists like Latto and Ice Spice. Compared to their current standing, working with Drake could bring them a lot of opportunities. By aligning with him, these rappers are responding to the frustrations his side of the hip-hop world is feeling. Essentially, dissing Doji and jumping on Drake's side offers these artists everything they need to gain momentum. As we continue to witness the shift in hip-hop that Kendrick Lamar started, Doji's star is only going to keep rising. With artists like Latto and Ice Spice making their next moves, expect them to at least attempt to discredit or challenge Doji, especially when you consider that Doji just got a massive cosign from Lauryn Hill, one of the most iconic figures in rap. This is the ultimate stamp of approval for any rapper, and with support from the likes of Kendrick and the Grammys, it's clear that Doji's success is only making her critics more envious. We're seeing rap's next superstar unfold right before our eyes. But with all of this attention, you can expect a new beef to emerge, showcasing just how competitive the rap game has become. This also highlights the divide between Kendrick and Drake's camps, one side pushing hip-hop to new heights, while the other seems determined to pull it back to a more superficial era. With all of this in play, I'm curious to know what you think about the beef brewing around Kendrick and Drake. Specifically, how Doji will deal with anyone who challenges her position as one of the best in the game right now. Do you think any artist can really match up against Doji? Or will they embarrass themselves like Drake did when he tried to go toe-to-toe with Kendrick? This is going to be crucial for shaping hip-hop's future, so let me know your thoughts. As we move forward, these events will set the tone for the success of emerging stars like Doji, and we'll see how Drake tries to fight back and make his comeback. It's going to be fascinating to watch. If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And if you want to learn more about how Drake is struggling to win against Kendrick Lamar and how his recent album is losing him fans, check out the suggested video.